Hello and welcome to Attention Central Texas. I'm your host, Charles Jenkins, and in the studio with me, we have two awesome people. Amy Balcom, she's the Executive Director of the Foundation at CTC, and Mr. Jim Anderson, who's the Chairman of the Foundation, as well as the Chancellor Emeritus. Thank you guys for being in the studio and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Amy, let's start with you. Tell us what you guys are here for today, and let's just jump right into it.
Well, we have a golf tournament coming up on April 20th. The purpose of it is to raise money for scholarships for students attending Central Texas College.
Okay.
And so we're here to let people know about that and what we do at the foundation and how much fun they'll have coming to the golf tournament. It's a way to have fun while you're supporting a really great cause, which is education.
All right. And before I jump to Mr. Jim, tell us why it's so special for him being here. I know he's been affiliated with the tournament for a while.
For two reasons. One, because the foundation is really here because under his leadership as chancellor, he decided we need one. So he's the whole reason we exist, because he knew we needed to help students in that way. And two, he has played in every one of our 25 tournaments, and this year will be our 26th. And in fact, he's wearing the shirt from the original tournament, our very first year in 1992. So he knows the history of it all and can tell you more about that side of things.
And Mr. Jim, I know Amy talked about education. Why is it so important to give back to the young people?
Well, first of all, we got a lot of young people who need some help. It brings tears to your eyes to see when we get 500 plus applications, people asking for scholarships, and we only have enough money to give a couple hundred, maybe 300. And that's not to say we don't give a lot of money away. I mean, we give $250,000 or more away each year, but we'd like to be able to give $500,000 away. But to do that, you got to have the money to give, and so we do all sorts of things to raise money. We've had bowling tournaments, raffles, a duck race at the college pond, a kiss the pig contest, but a couple of things that have endured in the golf tournament is one of them. This is our 26th, and it doesn't make a fortune, but it does make some money, and every dime we make, we give away.
And Amy said you've been to all 26. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, when we started the foundation, the very first year, we decided we would have a golf tournament to make some money. And of course I played. I was a chancellor at the time, and I used to challenge people and say, I've got first place locked up and you all are playing for second and below. 26 years later, I'm yet to win. And now I say, please don't finish last. But it's just a lot of fun. We've played in Copper's Cove. We've played on post, both the old Anderson course, which closed a few years ago, and now we play in the new place. We played at Stone Tree in Killeen. We played in Belton. So we try to rotate amongst all the cities that the college serves.
That's awesome. And speaking of the tournament, when is it and where this
It is
year?
Friday, April 20th at the courses on Clear Creek, at Fort Hood. You do not have to have a military ID as long as you're registered. You can get in at the gate. So it's $80 per player or $320 per team, and that includes drinks on the course and lunch at the pro shop afterwards.
And that is an awesome course. They've done so many wonderful things with it, so I know the viewers will, those who do participate are going to have a really great time. Amy, stepping into this role, what's it been like for you just stepping into the legacy that's already there and just continuing on with that?
Well, it's a lot of fun because, basically I do two things. I help the college raise money, and so I get to know people who care about the college, who care about education, and who have a legacy and history of giving with the college, and so that's a wonderful relationships to build. And then the second part is I get to help the foundation decide where that money goes to our students, and so I get to see the benefits that our students get from that. And some of the, like he said, you can't believe the stories that we hear from students, and some of them just heartbreaking. But this gives us a way to help some of those. And that makes a difference in their entire life, not just in that semester, in their entire life.
And I know you've been around the college scene for a long time now, with your dad at UMHB, and now you're at CTC. What's the drive to keep you going?
Well, I feel like it's my calling. It's my vocation. You know, I think that's what God called me to do is to serve in that way. We have talents that He's given us, and I think I started out in teaching English, so I'm silently correcting everyone's grammar here today. But I think that's where I feel like I can make a difference in other people's lives while still feeling fulfilled myself. And I think pretty much everybody in education feels that way. And we're not doing it for the money ourselves, that's for sure. We're doing it because we care about the future of our county, the future of our country, because that all rests on how we educate our workforce and the people who work in it.
Mr. Jim, what has been the difference for you in 25 years going into 26, just seeing the different tournaments? How have things progressed? How things have gotten better? Share a little bit.
When I first started with the college, we didn't have a foundation. And one day I thought, why not? So I convinced the board that we needed to do that, and also fortunately convinced them that they would pay all the bills for the foundation. In other words, Amy's salary and the one helper that she has are paid out of college funds, just like other administrative employees. And the significance of that is that every dime, every single dime that we collect goes to scholarships.
That's awesome.
And so if you give us money, you're not giving it to me or to Amy or whoever, you're giving it to some student who needs the money. And our scholarships are endowed, so we only give scholarships out from the interest that they earn. So in other words, they're for perpetuity. They're going to be there forever. And we've got about $7 million in our, we went from nothing to that. And of course, we're dependent on the market. All that money's invested. We probably have less today than we had a month ago, but, without question. But so that's the goal. And our goal, obviously, is to grow that corpus and so we can give more scholarships away.
This question is for both of you. What would you say to the person sitting watching us today, contemplating about coming to the tournament, and you may have some contemplating, you know what, CTC may be, CTC may be a great cause for me to give money to. What would you say to that person?
I would say for them to either give us a call so that they can either register for the tournament or talk to us about ways of giving, because we have so many options for ways to give. From small, we'll take $5 donations, but then we also have endowed scholarship opportunities. You may want to leave us in your will. There may be something that you can give in kind that we can use at one of our tournaments. We have great businesses that every year donate in different ways to each of our events, our fundraisers. We've got, Doug Massey for years and years has given us golf balls that we give to all the players at the tournament. Eva Kegel gives us golf tees. So we have people that have been faithful to it, and I hope their business has benefited from it too.
And we have a board that's 15 people, and without giving you names, I'll give you one. General Shoemaker was on our board, but we've got bankers, we've got lawyers, we've got a couple teachers, significant people in the community. Horace Grace. Just people whose heart's in the right place. They all want to help students, and they all help us raise money, and that's what makes the foundation work.
That's pretty awesome.
So it's just a good group.
And I know we talked about, you just talked about that. How can they get in contact with you guys?
Well, they can call us at 254-526-1662, or they can email us, and they can get any of our emails off the website, or they can just drop by our office. We're in the main administration building right by the pond on campus.
All right.
So you can just find us there.
And we have about 2.5 minutes left. Is there something I didn't ask you guys that you wanted to use this opportunity to talk about real fast?
Well, we have always been an institution that served service people worldwide. And with the change in the military funding and things of that nature, closed down in places overseas, that focus has switched. And now we primarily serve local high school students. And the collaboration between us, Killeen Independent School District, and the new university is phenomenal. It gives kids an opportunity to have an inexpensive education right here at home.
Awesome.
And Central Texas College is in the middle of that, and this foundation helps facilitate that.
And the awesome thing I love about that, you're in the middle of it, and all of the changes of the other schools that's went around, I mean, that's gone on around you guys still remain. I love that.
And some of our scholarships, we have some of our scholarships that are actually our four-year scholarships, that they, finish their associates with us, but then we pay for their final 2
Oh,
years
my
to
goodness.
complete their bachelor's at A&M Central Texas.
That's pretty
But we
cool.
do have some that are, full ride scholarships for the full bachelor's degree.
You've
And
got
I think that's unique to a community college. There aren't
Yes.
many community college foundations that have that
Se-
opportunity.
17 and 18-year-old kids graduating from high school with 2 years of college. I mean, go find that someplace else.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's a
special.
great opportunity.
Any final thoughts?
Just come on out and have fun with us. If you can't come that day, then we'd be happy to talk to you about other opportunities or just help you find out ways that CTC can help you. Whether we've got personal enrichment and continuing education classes too for the community.
Wow.
It's not all academic, it's academic, vocation, and personal enrichment too. So we want to serve the community.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, come out and see our planetarium also, by the way. It's unique and rare, and you'll enjoy it.
All right. And share the date with us one more time.
It's Friday, April 20th, and we'll have registration and check-in about 8 o'clock, and we'll start our four-person scramble at 9 o'clock at the courses of Clear Creek, Fort Hood, Texas.
Mr. Jim, it's been a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
And Amy, as always, awesome, great time to see
Thank
you. And I love your heart and what you do everywhere you go. So
Thank
appreciate you guys being on the show today.
Thank you. Thank
And thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to Attention Central Texas.